everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna make egg-free, gluten-free meatballs. They actually are delicious. We are gonna use ground chicken because we can't have beef, so we're gonna use Purdue ground chicken. You can also use turkey, or you can use a meat substitute to make it a vegan option. We are also gonna use gluten-free breadcrumbs because we cannot have wheat. I always make sure that they're gluten-free certified. So these 4C breadcrumbs are really yummy brands. You would be shocked at the weird fillers you'll find in things that claim to be gluten-free. So always make sure it's gluten-free certified. It really is mind-boggling. And then I love this product. I don't even know how long ago I found it. Gluten-free vegan. Dorot makes a number of different herbs that come frozen. The garlic and the ginger I buy at Trader Joe's. The rest I buy at my local grocery store. Today we're gonna use garlic, parsley, and basil. They're so easy. It'll tell you on the front what 1 cube equals if you need to measure out for a recipe. And then you can see I've readily ripped through this garlic one, but very, very delicious. So really quick and easy way to make egg-free, gluten-free meatballs. Let me show you how. All right, let's make our meatballs. So I have my frozen cubes and my breadcrumbs. My mother-in-law taught me this hack, and it's actually ingenious with all the extra gloves we have lying around. After the pandemic, the endemic, I don't know what we're calling it these days. That crazy time we all were locked in our houses for what felt like ever and ever. So I always put on gloves now when I'm handling meat. It's actually ingenious. I still wash my hands afterwards, which is weird. But what I do with the ground meat is I will cut it up like in lines, just so it's easier when I'm going ahead and making the meatballs, dumping it in. And then you basically just massage everything together, making sure those cubes are nice and distributed throughout. You can add whatever herbs you want to this. Again, you can add onions if you want. I won't because my son will literally pick them out. It's waste. But you can add onions. You can add cayenne pepper if you want something a little spicy. You can actually even put like jalapenos in here. The other thing is, on my previous video, we talked about Daiya cheese. That's another option. You can actually just stuff these with Daiya cheese or add the cheese in. You can see that it's easily bound. I know a lot of meatballs call for egg, but it easily binds together. And then once you have all of that different seasoning and breadcrumbs all mixed together, you're just gonna literally take a small handful and roll it. And then next we are going to finish these, and we are going to fry them up. So our meatballs are in the pan. I'm not lying, this smells absolutely amazing. I used Costera oil, olive oil. You can actually subscribe to them. You can use any olive oil. Also, you can use any other alternative oil you'd like if you can't have olive oil or you don't like olive oil. I just go to olive oil because it's easy. What I like to do is I like to brown these on all 4 sides. So just with a pair of tongs, you know, you can see that that one's starting to brown. Make sure you flip them. And then obviously make sure you're consistent and don't flip half of them, but flip all of them. Once they're browned on all 4 sides, I like to just let them simmer for a little bit longer. And then I take them out, usually put them on a plate with a paper towel. Again, you can make this in batches, in bulks, and just take portions and freeze them. So when you want meatballs or when your child wants meatballs, you can make sure that they're available. You can also make spaghetti meatballs. So we do a gluten-free pasta when we do spaghetti meatballs. But if you can have wheat and egg, obviously you can do an alternative. So lots of different options with the meatballs. You can kind of apply the same recipe to making a meatloaf if you want. But let's work on finishing this recipe before we move on to the next one. All right, so our meatballs are really close to being done. My son loves garlic salt, so I have this garlic salt from Trader Joe's I'm gonna put over the top. You can use salt and pepper. You can use Himalayan sea salt. You can do whatever you'd like, but I use the garlic salt because that's what he prefers. I also add a little bit more garlic powder because garlic is an anti-inflammatory, and I love to add it to as much of his food as I possibly can. Also, all I'm Italian, so I add garlic to pretty much everything. So, almost done. You really want this like nice golden brown consistency on every side. Then you can top with a little bit more garlic salt. You can see these are nice and brown. You can add a little olive oil on top, whatever you'd like. My son is a bit of a heathen, and he takes this creation and dips it in ketchup because ketchup is like a side dish for him, but you can eat it however you'd like. Enjoy!